Money cannot buy happiness. Once upon a time, there is a millionaire person spent his life of searching happiness. Karl Rabider, an Austrian person. He grew up in a very poor family. He believed that happiness is just money and life luxury. He started working to collecting money and achieve the happiness. He passed with his projects and actually he became a millionaire. He wore expensive clothes and drove the most luxurious cars. But he didn't feel happy and said his life was fake. Carl tried escaping from his feelings by collecting the money. However, the more wealth he has, the more guilt he feels. He was linking his obscene wealth to the victims of famines of the world. One day, while Carl was on vacation to the Hawaiian Islands, he felt like he trapped in the cage of deceptive appearances. So he suddenly decided to get rid of all his money to the charities and moved to live in a small house. Also, he said, I feel free and happy. He published a book entitled He Who Has Nothing Can Give Everything. According to BBC News, it seems that as long as you can afford to avoid the basic mysteries of life, having loads of spare cash doesn't make you very much happier than having very little. I am sure the majority of you believe that. If you were rich, you would be happier. So, I am here to convince you money is not the solution. I hope that by watching this video, you will know the real value of money. Someone argued that money can indeed provide you with the basic comforts. And if you think about it, money is just a man-made creation that we are forced to deal with in order to make our world go around. People is always striving for money. When they reach a goal, they move it to another place and do this in a repetitive way. We can never look backward of our goals, even say, yeah, I did it, or being happy for that. It is like a Ferris wheel where is no end. For example, that person in my class has a brand new PlayStation. I wish my parents were that rich to buy me one. Hence, the list will not end. However, when we got this, we go to something new and different. Psychologists call this hedonic treadmill. New things always become old and they need to replace it with the newer items. So, we work hard to reach a goal, we save, we do what it takes, and finally, when we reach a goal, do we live happily ever after? Of course not. We pick a new goal and climb right back to the treadmill. The other factor of not being happy with buying new things is comparing ourselves with those around us. David Forchel, who is a writer for Money magazine, said that happiness comes from things that don't last like materialistic items do. Your friends, your family, and having healthy, stable relationships. George Lorimer, an American journalist, once said, it's good to have money and the things that money can buy. But it's good too to check up once in a while and make sure you haven't lost the things that money cannot buy. Elizabeth Dunn, who is a social psychologist, once said, wealthy people do not just have better toys, they have better nutrition and better medical care, more free time and more meaningful labor, more of just about every ingredient in their recipe for a happy life, and yet they aren't that much happier than those who have less. Also, according to BBC News, all the evidence suggests a big payout will not make that much of difference in the end. David Forchel also said, can money buy happiness? Once you got the basic human needs met, a lot more money doesn't make a lot more happiness. Means when you have enough food, enough water, air safety, family, and friends, having more money will not make you any more happy. Sonia Lubermusky, which is an American psychologist, did a study challenging people to do around 5 acts of kindness per a week, such as send a kind letter to someone, buy for someone coffee, plant a tree, or even buy a meal for someone in need, and more things like that. When she is looking at the results, it shows that happiness of people is increased, and they looked at life more positively in just those 6 weeks that she has studied them. Let's consider that you are hungry, which you cannot wait more. All of you want is a warm meal. So you go to the restaurant and buy for yourself a meal, and you charge with the food. Then you move on with your day. But let's rewind. Go back to the restaurant. Let's say instead of only buying a meal for yourself, you buy a meal for the person behind you. This has happened to me. It's really boosted my mood the whole day. This tiny thing can bring happiness into people's life. Harvard, who is an official news outlet of Harvard University, states that people who spend money on others rather than themselves are often happier than selfish people who keep it all over themselves. What we need to do is to look at ourselves. We need to know who we are. We need to decide if the people around us, if it's the experience that we got, or is the stuff, the actual material, make us happy. So today I discussed why money cannot buy happiness and the real value of money. I need you to take an action in your life, to know what is your goal and who you are. Appreciate the things that you have and be grateful for them rather than looking the other people have. You need to make it a goal for yourself to find out who you are and what you need, and be happy for that.